Okay guys, we're back with the clone component devices part 3. Last time I showed you guys this board, the Shuriken Video V1, and the limitations it has. So today, as promised, I'm going to do the GCvideo-Lite 0.9. This was the very first clone component device, and it's the closest thing to a clone component cable that you can get. It outputs component in VGA and SCART, which you guys overseas know. We don't see that here in America. So, you know, this board was a little bit of a pain in the ass to build. It's a 4-layer board opposed to all the other boards that are 2-layer. Everything's very, very close together on this board. I built this one last night, and you know it's a cool little board. It's most of the guys that use these boards are for like portable consoles, because when you build a portable, you can't get the component or the HDMI. Is very, very uncommon. So that, you know, all those little portable screens that you guys see, they're all mostly VGA, and this board will do VGA, which I have in this orange Gamecube over here. Another GCvideo-Lite that I've put together. Have this one here that's like just put the FPGA on. Didn't feel like building any more of that last night, and this one I'm ready to flash, which I haven't done yet. So let me just give you guys a little show of the light version. Just bear with me. Okay, I got it all hooked up here. As you can see, I did an internal install. It's kind of hard to see, but all I have at back in my GameCube here is just a VGA connector. And down here is the fiber optic audio, which also comes off the GCvideo-Lite. This GameCube has a Quobe Pro mod chip in it. So we'll get this little start up here and show you guys what we got. Play some Twilight Princess. See, now here's one of the problems with VGA. It does not support 480i. So I pushed the A button on there, so now it's in 480p mode, which it does support. You'll see it's a little off to the right. This is a problem with VGA. There's a lot of limitations with it. This is why it's pretty good for portable consoles when you actually need it. The picture quality, in my opinion, is not as good as the HDMI versions. I know it's kind of hard to see with the video. Going through my phone here. But you see it's a little off to the right. Now if I change the where's the remote? Okay, here it is. I'm going to change the aspect ratio to wide. You can see it's still off to the right. Now I can go through the settings and, you know, start screwing around with the horizontal and vertical positioning, but I don't really feel like doing that right now. Picture quality is okay. You know, it's sharp, but it has these weird lines to go through it, and I see it in all the displays I go through, and I don't know why it does this. If I use it on my other TV and put it at a normal size, which is 640 by 480, I don't see these lines anymore. I think it's just from the stretching of the picture. And like I said, this board is really good for portable consoles, you know, where people don't really have an option of what they're going to use. But if they're trying to get a progressive picture for the portable, you're kind of stuck using this board, because it's just the whole fact of the portable screens that you mostly find, they're not like, they don't have component, and they don't have like HDMI small screens. It's just, they're kind of hard to see. I mean, I found a couple, but a lot of those little small screens, they don't do the 480i signal, like much like the VGA is not supported in the 480i. So I don't know how it would behave in that situation. Oh Jesus, come on. I'm almost done this game for like the 4th time. Now the GCvideo-Lite board also has these little jumpers on the top here, and they say RGB. You bridge these 2 points together if you want to do VGA, which is in that orange Gamecube right there. Now you can actually wire up a switch to this on both sides. It's a simple switch, and you can flick it one way for component and the other way for VGA. I'm going to do it to that one just because there's a lot of games I want to play that cannot do you can't see any picture with 480i. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the same VGA connector on the back, and I'm just going to mod a VGA cable that's going to have it's going to start with a VGA connector male, and then it's going to end in, you know, the red, green, and blue component, and I can just flip the switch if I want to switch between the two. The component looks pretty good. It's comparable to the VGA, so we don't really have to go like in depth with it. And if you notice, I have a lot of boards here. And what these are here are, these are Shuriken Video V2s. Now, if you look at it, you'll see it's a little bit oddly shaped. I still got a file down over here and right here. But I put this one together the other day. You see it's a little bit different than the V1. It's a little bit shorter. It fits into the cube a lot better because of this, you know, the cutouts here. But the biggest change what I did with this board is that this one had the XCS200a chip, the FPGA on this one. With this one now has an XCS200a, which is the exact same FPGA that's in the Pluto. Now, going back to the Pluto board, my very first part 1 video, we need to do a little redo on that. I'm going to show you. Let's turn this one off here. There's not really much to show here. There's no on-screen display menu or anything like that on the Lite version. So we're going to turn this off. Unplug this. Unplug this. Fiber optic. Unplug the power. Put this in here. I'm just going to pause the video first. Okay, so after we got that all hooked up, with this is the silver Gamecube again, and what I did was I internally mounted the Pluto board into the Gamecube. Down here is another fiber optic out, but we're not going to be needing it this time, and I'll show you why. Oh, well, I gotta switch the video. All right, so let's go to aspect and go to not zoom, but widescreen. There we go. All right, so I want to show you guys something. We have forget about the sound bar. There's no sound bar hooked up on this right now. Oh, what's that? Sound. We now have sound through the HDMI connector. Oh, and look at that, it's working on a TV. Well, we need to clarify something here about the part 1. That board that I was reviewing, that Pluto board, was a different Pluto board that's in this. This is a completely different Pluto board that's inside this silver one. So that one had a defect. It wasn't made right from the manufacturer. and it had some lines that were tied to the ground that shouldn't have been. So let me go to another game here. Get some Mario Sunshine or not. Okay, so what I was saying was the old Pluto board that I was trying to review had a defect in the board, and I gave it to Megalomaniac, and he, you know, went through a whole in-depth process of trying to figure out why I can only get it to work on a computer monitor. Well, he took off the connector and then resoldered it down correctly, and everything was working perfectly. So they soldered the HDMI connector on wrong, or they crossed a couple pins or whatever, and it kind of confirmed that they don't really test their boards before sale. So, you know, that was the reason that I was having so many problems. So now, the reason the sound is working through the HDMI connector is because the Unseen came out with DVI, the DVI version 2.0, and the 2.0 has all these extra options in it. I'm going to show you the extra options. Okay, there we go. Alright, so we have, go to other settings. Okay, so it says enhanced DVI mode. We're going to turn that off. Look at that, no sound. So he has this new option here. It's called enhanced DVI mode. And enhanced DVI mode gives you sound through the HDMI, which makes it like a real HDMI connection. And he also has this other option here and display as 16:9. It doesn't really do anything on this game, but some games it actually stretches the image to 16:9, which is really, really cool. I'm gonna go exit here. And you still get all your scan lines if you want to enable scan lines. They're good for like Game Boy. If you use the Game Boy player, it's really good for that. It makes the graphics a little more bearable. But you know, normal gameplay, Gamecube games, you don't really need to use it. So I just leave it off. And you also, for let's see the other view all modes. We can go to 480i, and as you can see, I can turn on line doubler, which this TV in particular doesn't. If you don't have line doubler on, it won't display a picture in 480i. So on this TV, I would have to have line doubler on to get a picture in 480i mode. My other TV in the bedroom, you don't need to do that. You can I just leave it off. So I'm just going to exit out of here. Let's go to the game. Mario's going to jail.
Go straight to the web. You can't miss the mesh now. Your first job's to get rid of all that ugliness. And remember, we'll be watching you, pal. We'll know if you start slacking off.
So, in my opinion, the picture on the HDMI version is just like a lot better. You don't see those lines that we're seeing with the VGA. The picture, in my opinion, is more crisp. I don't, you know, the GCvideo-Lite is a digital to analog converter, and the Pluto board and the Shuriken Video and just the GCvideo-DVI in general is digital to digital. So I don't know if this is, you know, a part of that. You know, why the analog version looks not as good. But you know, some people prefer the analog version, other people prefer the digital version. So you know, it's all a matter of preference. Personally, I think this is a lot better. And the good thing about it is that, like, if when I build these, the Shuriken Video V2, I mean, you get the HDMI connector with it. And since I'm using the same FPGA that the Pluto board's using, now we can get the on-screen display and the line doubler and the scan lines and the sound through the enhanced DVI mode and the 16:9 stretch. It's going to have all of that in this one board, and it's cheaper than the Pluto. That wasn't available when you used the FPGA that's recommended for the V1. So as you can see, I have a bunch of V2s that I haven't got around to building it. So you know, I'm probably going to be selling a few of these. I don't know how many. Mega's almost done with his version, and it looks like it might be HDMI, and it might have the option to be analog as well. I'm not sure. And I don't know if it's going to be plug and play as of now. I mean, I'm sure he's working on it. You still might have to solder, and you know, I don't know the details of it, but his version will be out very soon if you follow his Twitter account. I'm not building very many of these. If people want the Shuriken Video, don't just forget about the Lite version, because I'm not selling these. These things are just too much of a pain in the ass. But the V2, I'll be selling a few of these, and you know, they're probably gonna be around like $45-50 if you want the probably about 45, you know, with free shipping. If you want the XCS200, which is the same one in the Pluto, where you get the on-screen display and the enhanced DVI and the sound through the HDMI, you know, it's gonna be 45. If you want the cheaper version that was in the V1, you know, you're looking at like $25, $30 for that. I really recommend to get the right FPGA, because you shouldn't be trading off features for cost. I mean, it's just you know, $15-20. You should probably just get the right FPGA that's meant to be in the DVI mode, DVI version. So you know, you can go over the GC Forever. I have a couple pages on there. Shoot me a PM, leave a comment in the video. You know, I'll put it in the comments description. I'll put it like a link to my page I have up there, and you can just shoot me a PM. I'm not building that many, so I already have about two sold already. That I just haven't got around to flashing this one yet. This one, I'll probably do that tonight. I just have to fire up this big desktop computer under there. And I have the programmer hooked up to the Lite version right now. I'm going to probably desolder that off and get around to these sometime during the week, the Lite versions. But yeah, you know, if anybody's interested, I decided I'm probably going to be building a few more. I still need to test them, make sure that it's working properly. And I kind of screwed up with these two capacitors up here. They need to be beefed up a little bit for the sound through the HDMI connector, so I had to order some of those. So I'm just waiting for them to come. They should be coming here on Monday or Tuesday from DigiKey, and then I can solder those in, and it should be fine. Just need to test. So yeah, I'll leave the thing in the description. Part 4. I don't know if there's gonna be a part 4. I showed you the Lite version. You guys got the gist of the DVI version. I mean, this is going to be exactly the same as the Pluto. It's just going to be cheaper. So, you know, I maybe if I buy Mega's version, I'll do a review of that, and maybe there will be a part 4. His will probably be like really cool, and it's probably going to be a lot easier to connect it than mine, because these are just solder by wire, or pins, or whatever you can use. Be creative. Whatever gets into the cube and be stable, and it's not going to come loose or anything like that. There is a 3D printed case that you can get for the V2, which is a lot better than the printed case of the V1. It conforms to this pretty well, and for right now it's just the bottom portion, But the main reason of the V2 is to fit better into the cube, so you don't have to like drill holes in the back of your cube so you can get it to fit in there. But I'm not going to be selling any of the 3D printed cases just because it takes too long to 3D print stuff, and then I would up the cost of it, and then we're right back up to like the price of a Pluto board, which is not what I'm trying to go for here. I'm just trying to make a few and sell a few and then be done with it, and then it's going to be Mega's time of the show where he's going to have his version. It'll be on his badass console site. I'm not really sure when he's going to be releasing it, but if you follow his Twitter page, he already tested it, and it's good. It's good. Go for production, and it should be out pretty soon. It's going to probably be pretty cool. But I don't know if it's going to be digital analog hybrid or it's going to be just be digital. Like HDMI. I'm just not sure yet. So, you can follow up his Twitter page and see what he's got in store for those. But yeah, just follow my my account, and maybe there will be a part 4. I don't know. Don't pay attention to this. This is a USB Gecko clone. I don't know why I pulled that out. But yeah, just follow my page, and we'll see if there's a part 4 or not. I know you guys have been waiting a long time for this part 3 to come, but I've just been so busy with everything, and getting a new job. I just kind of like put everything off on the back burner. I'm also building a portable. So, yeah, just stay tuned for my channel and see if there's anything new that's going to pop up. Well, thanks, everybody. See ya.